So I'm gonna play this video clip. It's been going around the web the last couple of days, and I want to just go through it and tell you my thoughts about it, and hopefully share some things that I would have did different, and if I was the father, uncle, or a friend of the kid, what I would do and say to him after this incident, and then if I was a buddy on that boat of that captain that's coming after this kid, what my actions would be, or just a friend after this incident, what I would say to him. So let's go ahead and roll this video. I'm sure everybody's probably have seen it.
You got it the other morning?
What, like 5 in the morning?
Yep.
Yeah.
You busting me out?
Nah, that was the dude in that boat.
No?
Were you the one that came through the middle of the bridge? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was here, but you ran in front of the other dude over there.
You were busting me out, dude.
Bro, you ran right through the middle of the bridge while we were all fishing.
So just to give some context, so this charter captain, he's probably has like a 6-pack license or whatnot. He's running his clients out to the fishing spot, and so putting yourself in his shoes and putting yourself in the kid here. So in the captain's eyes, I need to get my clients on the boat. I need to rush out to the fishing spot, get them on fish, bring them back. So he goes through this probably every day. In Florida, everybody knows they fish the bridges, and so he runs through there, and he has to navigate around other boats fishing. And he needs to get there times money, so he goes probably there a little too fast. So people probably say some words to him like, "Hey, we're fishing here. Can you slow it down or whatnot?" So relate that to Washington State. So if I'm fishing the Columbia and I'm on anchor and our poles are there, say somebody resets or something like that, they should slow it down when they come around me, but there's some people that just fly by you. There's some trollers that go right over your lines, river etiquette, water etiquette, call it what you will. Slow down when you get close to other people's boats. But this captain does it. Some words are exchanged, and today's the day he's gonna approach somebody and give him his business here. And he approaches this kid on a boat by himself when he has 5 buddies on his boat, and he really wants to confront him. He's had enough. So I don't know, he must have had a bad day or not, but he's premeditated that I'm going to go talk to this kid because I'm not having it anymore.
In the middle of the fucking night, the guy didn't have any lights on.
Bro, we were all fishing here.
He didn't have any lights on.
All right, bro. I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. I'm not gonna fucking do this with you, bro. Like, it's not the right time, bro.
You know the laws?
Bro, you can't come flying through the middle of the...
See, the kid's holding his own. Good for him, but when somebody comes up and starts raising their voice and yelling at you, my advice is be like, "You're right. If I see anybody on this river, I'll tell them make sure they have their lights on, and leave it at that. And good thing he has a camera on because you can go back to Fish and Wildlife and be like, hey, we fished this spot. I had my lights on, but this guy runs through there at full speed or whatever it is. But you can see from this pause right here, there's lanes in there. I mean, I don't know the depth of all those lanes, but there's lanes there. So I'm pretty sure the captain can maneuver around there. but I get it. I get both sides, and I'll relate that to fishing in Westport, where you got shrimp buoys, crab buoys everywhere, and you have to navigate around them. It sucks, but that's part of it. The commercial fishermen are trying to make their money. They're setting their pots. They're setting their pots on ledges, which is where all the wild or the sea life is, and that's where you want to fish. So it's a pain. Share the water, and understand that you can't go Mach 1 because you might run into one of those shrimp or crab pots, those buoys out there. You just got to deal with it. No reason to get upset or anything like that. Just be mindful of that, you know. So let me finish the clip here.
The fucking bridge, bro.
Oh shit, yes I can.
All right, bro. All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying
What
to
are you trying to do, bro?
You want to fucking go?
I don't want to fucking go.
See, the captain's ready. He was fired up from the beginning. You want to go? The kid's telling him, hey, I don't want to go. At that point, you know, if I was on that boat, I'd tell that kid, I'm like, hey, let's go finish our day. You know, let's go wash up, call it a day. Um, but and again, my advice to the captains, like, whenever you get heated, you got to walk away, man. You can't just keep going and going and going. You're not going to prove anything. The kid, as soon as he says that you want to go, says, no, sir, I don't want to go. I just want to go about my business and leave. He, you know, the kid stays his ground. And I get that, but in this, you got to understand your scenario here. You got to understand that you're by yourself where you're at, and there's 4 dudes, 5 dudes, whatever it is on that boat, and they're getting all angry and upset, and so at that time you say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'll move. I'll leave. And right there, you take yourself out of that situation because you can see where this escalates. So if you have a young fisherman, understand your scenario, understand your situation here. You're outnumbered, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you want to draw the line in the sand. Probably not smart unless you're bass rooting.
Shit, man. Okay, I'm sorry. Bang, bang, bang. No, I'm not. Bang, follow up with a head butt. Boom, knee to the head. And look what we got here. Smack his face, throw it at him. And while I throw it at him, I will kick him in the groin, boom, right straight. And then just because he wanted to break this bottle on my head, I'm probably going to bounce his head on the table 10 times or something. Don't you ever do this.
You know, let it go and say, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. I'll leave.
I want you to get the fuck out of here.
Big tough guy?
Worst thing
Tough
to
guy?
do.
You pulled up on me,
Tell 'em-
motherfucker.
yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
get the F out of here. You're a mother. That's the worst thing you could do, you know, because again, know your situation. This is not the time and place to draw the sand. You're not bass rooting. You're not going to fight these 5 guys. Why even drop the F bomb at them and tell them to leave? Remove yourself from the situation. So hopefully this kid learns his lesson.
Nah, shit. I'm
And I'm not
fishing, you
saying the
fucking.
kid.
Like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these motherfuckers know I'm tough, motherfucker.
Bro, all right, bro.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all raised.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right.
So, you know, the kids, thank you for your service, bro. Thank you for your service, but you're not sense of entitlement. I think that was pretty good, but again, know your situation. Just remove yourself from it. You know, and this kid wants to draw a line in the sand. This is not a time and place to do it. Thank you for your service. I'll leave. I'll let everybody know. In a story. This kid needs to understand, okay, this guy's seeing red. Something's going to happen. And hopefully he'll learn from the situation. Again, the kid's not in the wrong. He's trying to hold his ground, but you got to understand your situation. There's times when you don't draw that line in the sand. You say, have a nice day. You're right. I'm wrong.
All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro. But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, if your guy doesn't have his fucking lights
That's
on,
not my guy, bro. That's just another fucking dude, bro.
you have to have lights on.
My lights were on, bro.
Motherfucking lights.
My lights were on.
Somebody hits you, guess what the fuck happens? You die, nothing happens to me.
Right. Okay, bro. Keep thinking that.
So what's the point here of keep, you know, just say you're right. You're right. I'll let everybody know when I'm fishing here. Turn your lights on, and I'll pass it along. Just at that point, you can't reason with a heated person. So hopefully, if this ever happens, just say you're right. He has it on camera, so he can go talk to Fish and Wildlife. Say, hey, I'm just minding my business. This guy come up and harass me. Especially if he's a charter captain, everybody's gonna know who he is.
Nah.
No, that's the fucking truth, dude.
All right, bro. Keep thinking that.
Put your fucking lights on.
Bro, my lights were on. I wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's not my dude, bro.
See,
Look out for it.
Bro, I
He keeps
said, bro,
telling
you
him.
almost fucking hit him. The other dude was fucking cussing you out.
He keeps telling him my lights were
Because he
on,
didn't have his motherfucking
but
lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come
Captain's
flying
not
through the middle of
hearing
the
it.
bridge. You know people fish here, bro. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that.
See, the kid has it right. He's like, hey, everybody knows they're fishing bridges. Come on. And he keeps telling the captain, I have my lights on, but that captain's not hearing it. He's fired up. He wants some butts.
2 of your snot-nosed jockeys that fly by on my tower at over 400 knots. I want somebody's butt. I want it now. I've had it. God damn it.
That's what you want to hear, bro.
You should apologize, motherfucker.
But, bro,
On the water more than you can possibly fathom in your wild
me
motherfucking dream.
Me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right,
Every
bro.
day, I'm the best charter captain you will ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right,
If
bro.
you cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
Don't hit the fucking mouth.
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
You're gonna cuss me the fuck out.
All right, bro.
In the middle of the
No, bro. Please, bro.
Take
Please,
me back to
bro.
my boat.
Okay. Please.
Fucking apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was.
I know I
motherfucker.
was here, but my buddy was
Take
on the
me
boat.
back to my
Yes,
fucking
sir.
boat.
I'm a kid, bro. Please,
I
bro.
don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the fuck
sir.
out.
All
and
right.
Talk shit to me, motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a fucking faggot?
No, bro.
Yes,
that was
you did,
that was.
Again, that captain's heated, and he he premeditated that. When I see those guys, I'm gonna give them something. And that was a day, and that kid was by himself, and he targeted that kid and said, you know what, I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. And it just went up and up. And then once that dude sees red, obviously, there you go. But if again, if I know the kid, I'm like, hey, understand your situation. You're outnumbered, out of nowhere. That's not the time to draw the sand. And if I'm friends with that captain, I'd be like, dude, you need to say, go on and apologize. And you blew it. That was the final straw. You had to deal with these people on the bridge, and they call you names each time you go under there, and you're just trying to service your clients. And especially if they are calling them names, and he has clients on there, how does that make him look too? So. But apologize for the behavior and make a point. I don't own the river, but I would like to see some water, some etiquette on the water. Understand that people do have clients and they have to pass under that bridge. Give some space. I don't know how many lanes there are or whatnot, or if the Fish and Wildlife can designate a lane for through traffic. I don't know, but again, I would come out and understand how many wrongs that captain made, and hopefully people will move on and do that. So I'm going to show you a clip here in Washington, and then I'm going to talk about some of the incidents that I have. Here's an air clip that I wanted to share with everybody. This is up here in Washington State, the Addicted Fishing crew and their encounter with an angry Karen. Let me play the clip and I'll talk a little more about it.
All right, everybody, let's send him home. Thank you so much, little girl. What's that?
That's a bummer.
What's that? This? Oh, is it? God forbid anybody have fun, right? Only you should have fun. This is your world. Oh, that's what you're insisting. Yeah, it is. God forbid anybody else go out and enjoy themselves. Because this is your river. No, what are you saying then? I'm a piece of
See, he's like, "What are you saying?" And then all of a sudden, that guy fires back, "You're a piece of," you know. But this happens a lot, where you're fishing a hole. I mean, he's calling himself out with the cameras and everything like that because might be his favorite fishing spot. But if you go there and you fish there, sometimes the locals will come, and not all of them, but some will come and say, "Oh, that's my spot," and "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Well, you're fishing. You're trying to have fun," and they'll sit there and fish next to you and just kind of harass you. And that's what this guy's doing.
Look who's up there talking shit about us teaching people how to enjoy themselves. Okay. Oh, okay. So you're standing here because why? What's that? A lot. So people can go have fun. Oh, you're right. Yeah. I just hate people like you who talk shit because we're teaching people how to enjoy themselves. Exactly. Go have a fucking miserable life. Okay. And you're a loser. All right, I will. I'll be there tomorrow, and then I'll be back here the next day showing everybody how to catch them.
See, I mean, they cover up their face. This is a public place. You can record people. But, everybody has a camera nowadays. So if something like this happens, people harass you. I'm a big fan of filming it and showing it to Fish and Wildlife. Like, hey, I'm trying to fish this hole, and people are trying to push me out or harass me and things like that, and hopefully these videos get out and kind of teach some people, like, hey, you don't own the rivers. I don't care if it's your spot or not. First come, first serve. Um, everybody wants to get on the water, have fun, and if you're a sports fisherman, you should support people out there fishing because they're the ones that buy licensing. They're the ones that advocate for sports fishermen. So to jump on people just because it's your favorite spot or your local river, or whatever it is, I mean, that's not cool at all. So I'm going to do another clip. I'm going to find it. Something that I can talk about recently that happened here to me up at Westport. All right, to close it out, this incident happened last summer when I was salmon fishing. This isn't the actual clip. I just used this screenshot as reference. So we went out fishing salmon. I'm coming back, and I'm following this charter back in, and I'm probably like, let's see, get this pin here and see what this. I'm probably right here on my boat. A good amount of a distance from the charter. And we're coming in. We just got done with the bar, so we're coming in to Port Air, and all of a sudden, this raider comes flying across. I'm here. He comes flying across there, right in between us. The deckhand, brings up his hands and like, what the, and I was like, what the heck was going on? It was like a brand new raider boat that went across. And so at that moment, I'm like, this guy's an idiot. Again, thinking about it, well, maybe I was talking to my buddies, and they're like, what's going on with that dude? And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe, hopefully he has like a medical emergency or something. I don't understand why he couldn't go around, why he had to go in between us. But no etiquette at all. And the funny thing is, we came around that corner to get ready to the boat ramp there, and he was just out in the middle doing little circles or whatever he was doing. Again, boat etiquette, give space out there. It's a lot of water. Go around if you're in a hurry or whatnot. But he didn't have, or at least from what I saw, he didn't have a medical emergency or anything like that. But to fly across, to do that move, horrible etiquette. Out there, halibut fishing out of Westport, there's a drift, right? People set up and they drift. You don't go in between people's drifts. You start, You watch where they're drifting. You start at the beginning of the line, and you drift with them. I mentioned before, you're around the Columbia, you're anchored. Don't troll behind the anchor line there, the hog line, as they say. You know, the water etiquette of giving space and things like that. And if you're coming up next and you want to fish next to somebody, hey, is it cool I fish here? And they're like, well, that's a little close. There's a spot over there. Why not? You know. And I've heard people say, well, I don't care. I'm fishing here anyways. I mean, there's just people out there that are like that. You know, I don't know why they want to test people, why they want to push it. You know, again, you know, going back to that young kid, know your situation. You're outnumbered. You're out there by yourself. You know, the dude knocks your lights out. You fall overboard. Whatever. You know, I mean, what are you gonna do? It doesn't mean you have to completely back down. Just say you're right. You know, you're right. End of argument. You know, you win. You're the best. I'm the worst. Thanks. I'll see you later. You know, and remove yourself from this situation. Best advice I can give you. And everybody has phones. Record them. It's public. You know, that guy had a camera mounted somewhere. So again, have some cameras mounted. You know, if you experience that, and report them and be like, hey, you need to go talk to these people and chill out and let them know about, you know, water etiquette, fishing etiquette. So anyways, I just want to give my 2 cents on it, and hopefully everybody will learn something from that situation and from these other situations and be a little bit more mature on the water. Okay, guys, see you next time.